G'day everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's probably a little more personal to me than other topics that I've covered so far, and that's what my hopes for coming to this country, America, were, and how things haven't really fulfilled themselves in that way. I guess coming here in my early 40s it's one of the big things that I found difficult was to make friends. Now, I'm not the greatest of sociable people out there, as you probably already know, and making friends is very difficult for me. And coming to a new country, I thought that my Aussie accent would have given me a little bit of an advantage, but no, it's just hasn't been that case. In fact, I haven't even made a handful of friends coming here, and that's been quite distressing for me. Like, what I really was hoping that I'd be able to do is find like some adult D&D players, so I could play Dungeons and Dragons with them on a regular basis, and I had that for a short time, but it just didn't work out for one reason or another. And someone who would run the game, because while I'm a good DM, as most of my players could attest to, I enjoy playing as well. I enjoy being a character and really mucking around in the game. So that has yet to really eventuate, as much as I've tried and offered to teach people the game and things like that. The closest I've got is my kids, and in fact you'll probably see sitting there behind me, there's a couple of the new basic kits that I've bought for Eric, because what happened is I bought a cheap little guide to Dungeons and Dragons that I'd bought for Eric to have a look at, and I had a quick look and I thought, oh god, this is a piece of rubbish. It was repetitive, poorly written. It looked like it'd been ripped off from a few internet sources, bunged into a book with a couple of blurry black and white images, and then they tried to sell it for $8 each. In fact, I tried to get my money back and they said, well, here's your money back, but you can keep the book. Okay, nothing lost. But I gave it to Eric anyway, and I gave it to him as a reading project. And he did that yesterday and read through probably just about all the book in one day. He loved it. He really enjoyed it. And by the end of it, he's saying, I really want to DM. I really want to run a game. And then he said that the book recommended a couple of the like the starter set and the essentials kit. And I thought, you know what, I'll have a look on not eBay, Amazon for them. And they were like half price. So I figured, you know what, for that, yep, I'll buy them both for him. And they arrived this morning. So love Amazon's overnight delivery, that's great. So he's got those two to look forward to, and they're presents for him. And as my kids know, I don't really think that making a big deal on just your birthday or just Christmas is really the way to go. I like to celebrate my kids throughout the year, so I'm buying them presents throughout the year. All my kids know that. And yeah, it's just the way I've been, especially considering I'm not a big fan of Christmas myself. So these two sets, I'm digressing on it, these two sets are for Eric to learn how to run a D&D game. Not bad for someone who turns 9 in just a couple of months' time. So yeah, they're meant to be for 12 and up. So kudos to him. But as I said, I digressed. Back to what I was hoping for when I came here. As I said, friendship. I'm a loner. I enjoy and can take care of myself and find things to do for myself. But one thing that this COVID isolation has taught me is that you can only binge watch so much on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, all those streaming services. When you're stuck inside for a whole year, and it's pretty much been a whole year now for me, you can only watch so much. But now that I've had my first vaccination and will be getting the second vaccination in early April, I'm going to be able to be confident enough to be head out and about into the American public and not have to worry too much about getting sick. So other things that I was hoping for is just like friends that I could play World of Warcraft together with. I've got a couple of friends back home, and my daughter Ashlyn plays World of Warcraft, but due to the time zone difference, it sort of makes it a bit hard to play, considering I like to play during the day. They tend to like playing during the night time or the evenings for them, and that's when it just doesn't work out that way. So it would have been nice to make some friends who I could play WoW with as well. And even just people to hang out and watch TV with, chinwag, and just spend the day with. And I've been here, 8.5 years? As I said, I've barely got a handful of friends here. There's one friend who, big wrestling fan like I am. We both like the WWE, and we used to, I used to go around to his place like once a month to watch the big monthly events of wrestling. Haven't been able to do that for the last year, but with WrestleMania coming up, I'm sort of planning on, and vaccinations, as said earlier, being able to go back around and hang out with him again, which will be great. Other friends don't really have. So it's been a little lonely. Like, I've got my wife, she's got tons of friends of her own, and I've got the kids, but their kids, like limited attention spans and things like that. They don't want to play D&D for more than a few hours, whereas I could quite happily play for like 12 hours straight. So this is my little personal vent, I guess, and sort of interspaced with hopes for the future, and hopefully Eric and even Zdenek, maybe even Chiana, might like these two little sets here and be able to share them and really get some good D&D games going for their dad. Alright, I think I've bellyached and chinwagged and annoyed you enough for today, so take care, and it just helps me if you subscribe. You don't have to, doesn't matter, I guess. Alright, catch.